Welcome back, guys. Today's video is a crew question that comes from Mrs. Mac 100, and her question, if I'm to read it here, when do you give badges out? And that's a really good question, Mrs. Mac, who has also appeared on Well Played. So thank you for being a part of this community. I absolutely love getting questions from you guys. If you want to know about when to get badges, when to give those out, when to use them, how I use them, stick around. All right, guys, badges. I love badges and I use them lots of different ways, and I mean, that's probably a whole nother video series that I could go on. Some of my badges have power-ups and this kind of thing. Some of my badges relate to like the tasks they're doing. Let's kind of look at this from a couple different ways. One, this is the way I do it. Badges and items, these two things, two categories I absolutely love about gamification and definitely have inside my game, are personalized to your game. They're gonna look different, they're gonna feel different. But if we were to break down how I do them in my game, well, let's take a look. All right, so here we go. We have our badges here. And badges, you'll know right away, are a different size than my items. My items are that standard card size, and I have baseball card holders for that. This is just one of those nice systems so that students know when they get an item versus a badge. I don't even have to deal with that sort of question in my game, because when it's that business card size, they know they have to tape it to the front of their binder. Now, Mrs. Mac, your question was, what time do I give them out? That could be a lot of different things. Do you mean when? When am I passing this out? Or do you mean what time do I give them out? Is that the same thing? Addressing your first type of time, like when do I give them out? Kids can earn badges for me a lot of different ways. For me, one, I have these things called leader badges. Leader badges are throughout the unit when they do something super awesome. They take it to an amazing level. That is when they would get a leader badge. So leader badges are really hard to come by, and they're worth quite a bit of points at the end game. Students know that, they like that. Those badges are given out, like I said, any quest, any activity that they really take to that high level, they can earn a leader badge. And they can earn multiple of the same leader badge. In fact, that's a bit of a pride point when they have 1, 2, 3 badges that come from the same unit. All right, another time they can earn badges for me are activities. So when I get around to it, and I can't say that I have it for every activity, but I like to try to design a badge for doing that activity. And here is where I insert different things that I want the students to sort of focus on during the activity. So I might say, you can earn Miltiades helmet, for example. This is a badge they get from me when we're doing the simulation of the Battle of Marathon. And I tell them Miltiades helmet is one of the most valuable badges in my game, and I want to see you demonstrating good qualities of a leader. And then for just a brief second, I talk about what it is to be a leader. And I talk about how sometimes a leader is a better listener, right? Sometimes a better leader is one that can acquiesce and realize what other talents are brought about within the group, and that we have to activate on some of their ideas, not always push your own. And when I see that in other students, when I see that leadership, those leadership qualities, they might earn Miltiades helmet just by being present in the class. And I talk about that too in the book, Explore Like a Pirate, that you want to make sure you're giving a balanced items and badges out that can kind of inspire and activate different students. Some students, this in-class atmosphere is the best space and the best chance for them to earn items. It could be because they're not as interested in the game, they're not going to spend outside time. It could also be the fact that they just don't have time outside of school. We all know students are sometimes burdened beyond their years in terms of responsibilities they have outside this classroom, and there's no way they could achieve those sort of side quest things outside. So I always like to have a balance of things that they can earn and get honored here in the class for what they bring. Now, on the flip side of your question, when do I give them out? So if you're not meaning, well, what are opportunities that they have to earn them, but if you're curious, like, when do I physically pass them out to students? That one's an easier question to answer. For me, I have these things called realm days. Realm days for me happen every so often. They're basically catch-up days. There are days I'm reassessing students. There's days when like I don't have as much to do, or students are working on different tasks like a project day. Anytime that I'm less involved and the students are kind of actively working on social studies related things, I might call that a realm day, and that's the time where I sort of catch up in terms of passing out items and badges to those students that earn them, as well as activating other components of my game. If you guys could, please do me a favor, post your questions down below that you have. I have a link down below. You can post your own questions that I would love to answer. I absolutely love this community. You guys are so great. If you could post down below badge ideas you have, when you kind of pass them out, really anything that could benefit anybody, I would love to hear from you. If you just want to even give a shout out, say hey. I'd love to hear you say hey. I hope that helps you about when I pass out badges. All right, that's all I have for you today, guys. As always, take care. Enjoy your day.